Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, Patricia. Okay.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Well, no, not through the computer. I can hear you from your office. See. There you go. Yeah, Pat, we are live. Lucy's on too.
Okay.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Lucy. How are you today?
Good. We're home now.
Well, good.
Well, we ran into storms off and on the whole way home. But now it's bright and sunny.
It looks like Bob's on there too.
Good evening.
Hello, Bob.
And Ron.
Mhm.
Tomorrow's a big day, Pat.
Why is it a big day?
I'm getting my hair cut and colored.
Oh, I got mine today.
So did I.
Yeah.
Aren't we lucky?
It's just those little things in life that mean so much.
It's true.
Okay, just so everyone knows, we are live. Katie wanted me to let you guys know that. I don't think you can hear her.
No, you're right. We can't.
Oh.
They can't hear you, Katie. No.
Mm-mm. We can hear each other and we can hear you.
They can hear
Christina.
each other, but they know that they're live.
I think so.
Mhm.
I think I'm alive. Not too
Last
sure.
time I checked. Wait, let me see.
Broadcasting to the world.
There you go.
Live stream is working, so I'm not gonna mess with it to try to get my audio.
No, don't. I'll take care. Just tell me what to do and I'll tell them. We want to make sure that this is live so we can go forward with the meeting, but Katie can't get her audio working, but we're not going to mess with it just so we don't have
Yeah.
to reschedule or do anything wrong again.
Okay. Well, it is reassuring if it's live from the beginning. At
Yes.
least we know that
Yeah.
we
So
can
we
do
can go
this.
forward this time. Yes.
That's probably good.
I was watching the police chief's press conference on the way home on my phone.
Mhm.
They say there's supposed to be another protest tomorrow.
Yeah, they are saying that, and
Yeah.
we're moving some of our emergency operations out of the Justice Center tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And we had monitored it over the weekend because of where it was going to be located. We pulled field, we had everybody out earlier
Mhm.
than 4 o'clock. And again, it was very peaceable at 4 o'clock and
Oh,
up
yeah.
until
Well,
about,
yeah,
you
that's what
know,
I heard.
8 o'clock is really kind of when it seemed, or I'm going to say when the sundown, when, kind of went through. And even the advertisement for tomorrow's rally, which is interesting. I'm going dark just for a second, see if my camera picks up today. Is that they're telling people to use social distancing and bring a mask.
Mhm.
So that's, positive. Someone's got the message out there. So,
Yeah,
but again, I just,
As opposed to bringing rocks, as opposed to them bringing rocks and throwing them. they'll
or
bring
water bottles. That
water bottles,
was, yeah. I mean,
So,
it's,
well, the people that I talked to who were part of the original demonstration said that it was peaceful and that people came prepared to have a peaceful demonstration.
Right.
I think this was an add-on attraction.
these are people coming in to
mm,
just cause trouble.
well, again, there's some suspicion of that, but there's no
Yeah,
evidence of that, Lucy. And so
I-
we have to be thoughtful about this. Every
I agree.
community has had some kind of this. So, they'd have to be pretty fast moving. Freeport got hit last night,
Mhm.
got pretty,
Tonight.
and they're,
Report.
well, we talked about that as a team about whether or not that would be considered. Again, considering we've just come out of, quarantine lockdown, we really just want to encourage people to just, do the right thing,
Yes, that's exactly.
and, get some, but, and again, everything we've seen on Facebook about tomorrow, but, we have to be cautious about that, and
Mhm.
things can turn
Oh,
south,
sure.
but,
And Facebook can blow things up in really goofy ways.
I'm going to try
Really?
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a challenge right now.
Mhm.
It's trying to keep everybody, I think people are tired of being, again, it's quarantine weary on top of everything else. And
Sure.
then, I mean, a terribly horrific, brutal kind of act occurs, and,
And it's natural to feel upset, angry, frustrated that this happens again. I mean, it's a natural response.
yeah, exactly. And
I hit the wrong button.
I got to get a book to put my screen on.
Okay. Katie just wanted me to remind everyone again that we are live now on YouTube. So just as a reminder, we're still waiting for a quorum.
Did they figure out how Angie could call in?
Angie should be able to phone in. She usually can from the county board meetings. I don't know if she doesn't have enough bandwidth for her camera. That's been a problem even for her at county board meetings. So we deal with that on a regular kind of, poor Angie's constantly kind of on that piece of it.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's,
Mhm.
I said, I don't know if I like Zoom or WebEx better.
Mhm.
Now you get to see all of them in action.
Yeah.
You prefer one over the other?
You just get used to it. I'm going to say either one works. They work pretty much the same, but here's the funny part. You always figure out where's the mic showing up on this, like you never have the right
Right.
mic set up.
Yeah.
All right.
There's Jamie.
Great.
Oh, Mr. Marshall, I do see. Yes, you got
This is
into your
technology here.
great clips.
There were numbers of us who were leaving hair on the floor today.
I haven't been able to get in yet. And I'm like laughing. I got the clip, I got the headset.
Never were people so happy to see their stylists.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
I got to jump on all of you about 20 years ago.
Well, I did cut
Steve's-
my husband's hair with my neighbor's wall clippers, and I was laughing the whole time. I said, can't you just wear a hat? I didn't like it, and I won't do that one again.
Mm.
Um, Village. This will be, where's today's?
You need 2 more for a quorum.
No, we need one more for a quorum.
One more, yeah. I'm gonna call Angie and see if she's,
Dr. Halverson was going to be late a few minutes.
hey, Angie, are you calling in for our? Yes. No, it's tonight. Yeah, today's June 1st. Okay, just dial your phone then, or we can, use the phone number then. Well, the one that comes up on the invite from Zoom. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Let me resend you the link, and I'm forwarding it to you right now.
Okay, Angie's dialing in. She forgot today's June 1st. It is kind of hard to believe it's June 1st.
It's going to be a different one than the last one, so, and we're all already on here.
I think every month has just been a part of March.
Perfect.
Yeah, it does seem like we got in suspended animation, right?
Yeah.
Timeline's been totally suspended.
Yes,
Yeah.
I emailed it to the email at the vet hospital. Sure, what's your email address? Okay, I just sent that as well. Okay, do you have it? Okay.
Christina sure has jumped right into this, hasn't she?
Trying to get Dr. Helen on now.
Boy, this is riveting YouTube stuff.
You know, they have whole TV shows about this.
Right.
Wait,
The word soporific comes to mind.
Yeah, I was thinking just the same thing.
Oh, shoot. Oh, should call back. Please.
Is that Angie?
I don't, hold on. She can get on for county board meeting. I'm going to get her through this yet. Hold.
Sounded like Angie was mowing her lawn.
Hello.
Hey, Angie.
Yeah, I'm.
And there's Dave.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Though I can't see anyone.
Well,
We sense your karma though.
Yes.
Okay, but I can't. I don't know. Are you seeing each other? Or are you just talking back and forth?
no, we're seeing each other.
No, I don't see you at all.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, we can do, when you come onto your screen, Angie, are you on your computer?
Yeah.
All right. Look in the far lower left-hand corner. And it should say, but you're coming in on a phone call. That's,
It won't.
yeah, she's coming in on a phone. Sorry.
Mhm.
That's the only way I can talk to you.
Okay. Well, we're happy to have you.
All right. Continue on with your meeting.
Haven't started yet.
We couldn't start without you.
Well, let me tell you, I miss all of you, and I'm so tired of the Zoom crap because
Okay, we're live recording. We're live recording, Angie.
I truly understand that. I don't have a problem with that.
I
But
know.
we aren't all real techies, and so it's very difficult sometimes for, even though when we have the instructions in front of us, our fingers and the numbers just don't work together. So let's go on with our meeting. I'm just so happy to be part of it.
All right. Here's the agenda.
I think that's the full name of the app, Zoom crap.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Christine, is Dr. Williams trying to sign in?
No, I haven't seen him. He did accept the notice, but we do have a quorum. I don't know if you want to move forward and wait for Dr. Williams. There's Dr.
There
Williams.
he is.
All right.
Yay.
I want to see all of you.
Clinic ran a little long.
Unacceptable.
Excellent. All right. Who's on? So we have a quorum
Yes, we did.
Yes.
and the YouTube live is up. Excellent. So can we call is this a special meeting of the Board of Health to order?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. We'll call the meeting to order. Give me 5 seconds to find the chair I just had in my hands.
Do you want us to?
Just double checking. I want to make sure I follow the agenda. I can't. I got too many.
Okay, we can read it to you. So you can, I know you're trying to pull it up on your phone at the same time.
Oh, got it. So
All
we
right.
we do not have any guests, correct?
Nope.
Then we just need to have approval of the agenda for today's date, today's June 1st.
Don't move.
Second. Oops. Second.
Second.
Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Outstanding. Ordinance amending Chapter 50 of the Winnebago County Code of Ordinances related to food establishments.
So part of this is the Todd Marshall and Dr. Martell's show is really related to the fact that as we are making changes and as we are implementing some of these special rules related to outdoor dining, that we need to update the ordinance to our food code so that we are, again, have the ability to hold on. Todd, why don't you take this? I'm going to pick this up.
Okay. Yeah, just leave off from what Dr. Martell was saying, that
Yes,
obviously
it is.
everybody's under the assumption knows that outdoor dining came out.
Sorry, I'm on a I'm on a conference call.
We're having trouble hearing.
A lot of feedback.
I think we're getting feedback from you, Pat, because your box lights up when the feedback comes.
Okay, let me mute, okay?
We had this last time.
Yeah,
We can all mute.
and Pat, it's interesting because I just got a phone call that said you were calling me and it was not you. That's why I picked up the phone.
All right, try now, Todd.
Can everybody hear me?
That's better.
I hear you, Todd.
Dr. Martell, do you want to continue or you want to? What do you want to do?
Go ahead. Let's talk to them about what the changes are to the food code.
Okay.
And again, This was, as you can see, done to allow us to be able to do some enforcement activities or tie really the public health issues and code enforcement against the food permit. I mean, that's the general overview. And you can see that the beginning, because we've got, for instance, if people decide to do, for now, right now we've open dining, open air dining. So if someone were to go in and decide they were going to go ahead of the phase and do in-person dining, that would be a violation of the food code ordinance, saying that we are following the phases of the Illinois Restore Illinois plan, as well as Winnebago County Health Department. And we could, go through our usual code enforcement process with them. First, we'd go out like we always do currently, which is to provide education first, to tell them you're not allowed to do this or that or whatever it is, help them to do what it is they're supposed to do. And if there's continued violation, then it could result in suspension of their food permit.
Sure.
And Dr. Martel, which version are they looking at? Do we need to talk about the?
Well, I sent out we can tell them they've got the one from the original packet. I don't think they would have all had a chance to do that, to look at the most current version, which really.
I have that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've seen it. What's the difference?
All we did was add that they have to comply with the Winnebago County guidelines and the state of Illinois guidelines, because they came out after we developed this. So we just want to make sure it's clear that it's both.
How far down the page is that, Char?
I'm sorry?
How far down the page is that?
Well, we added it. It's
section
in the,
G.
Yeah.
Third page.
Okay.
In section G.
Yeah. I see that.
4 lines down.
Okay.
Have it.
And keep in mind, this would be in place as we move forward through phase 4. If they reopen the indoor dining with restrictions, then we could still use this. So.
Oh, that's good clarification, Charlotte. I didn't realize. So this can cover as we move through the phase.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that was the intent.
Excellent.
Yeah, that we did not want to keep coming back.
Oh, no. I think that's good planning. So.
And again, if they were to lift it sooner, and again, we want to make sure that we'd be able to be as flexible as possible sooner.
Well, correct. That's all covered under G, because it says at the end that this will be in force until the CDC determines COVID pandemic no longer exists in the United States, or Winnebago County determines that the guidelines are no longer necessary. So then it would automatically revert back to the prior guidelines.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just temporary. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good.
Anyone have any further questions? All right, we need a motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? If no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent.
I abstain from voting on that.
Well, make sure that's in the official record that you abstain. I just lost it again. There we go. Next on our agenda for tonight is the county, Winnebago County Health Department coronavirus employee response policy.
Yes, and right before we went into the response back in March, we did a review and put into place the policy committee. It looked like we had put together an employee policy that talked about the idea about looking at occurrences against when people were calling off sick related to this, and the whole idea of quarantine and isolation. This document now incorporates and really pulls together the county's policy, as well as the Family First Recovery Response Act, the FFCRA, which is now the federal response in terms of providing benefits and coverage should an employee need to be quarantined or isolated, as well as kind of spells that out further. And then the other part of the Extended Family Medical Leave Act component. So there were two parts that kind of came in after we had our initial discussions and meetings back in March, which was the FFCRA and the Extended FMLA. Both of those policies have been taken on and assumed by the county, and we are also incorporating. The other part that we should really note is that we are not exempting our employees from these policies, that they would apply to them as well. You have an opportunity as a government to determine that they're exempt, but we chose not to exempt them, as keeping in the spirit with what our original policy had when we looked back in March.
And this policy has already been enforced? Or do we have to vote?
Yes, you have to vote to finalize and incorporate it. We have not had to execute it at this point yet under this policy, but the county's policy would have superseded as well.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve this policy.
So moved.
Second? Any second? Excellent. Any discussion?
The county policy mentions the coronavirus specifically.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I mean, wouldn't it be better to just be covering all these types of pandemics instead of one?
I think that the point on this one was to cover primarily the federal Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which a lot of this incorporates. So I think in the future, it's going to be different. That's why we were specific.
I think you're probably right. They'll probably expand it, but if you look at that FFFCRA, it's got Corona right in it from the start.
And hopefully we do not have another pandemic for another 100 years.
Okay.
Or at least until I'm dead.
Exactly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Memorandum of understanding between the Health Department, the County Fire Chiefs Association, County Sheriff's Department, and City of Rockford Department, and other local law enforcement agencies.
And again, this really has to do with kind of early in the phases as we continue, is that they're to exchange information, really an address only, which was agreed to by the state's attorney general as well, for really response activities, that we give them an address of a confirmed positive case. We don't tell a name of the person. It could be 5 people in that home. It could be 1, that they then know that there is what we refer to it as kind of a person of concern. And we do that for other kinds of like tuberculosis. We do it for other kinds of, diseases and or things like ventilators. Those are also reported, so that the response team, when they get the call for that address, knows that there is a kind of cautionary message on it. They do not know the reason for the cautionary message. It's that they are to go in. So this was some counties we had been by under agreement and under the Attorney General, along with our state's attorney review, been providing that information by address only. So this was really to kind of put the memorandum of understanding together for that.
Okay.
I just want to clarify, this is just between the Health Department and Rockford Fire. So what's on your agenda is that all those other agencies are not a party, because the
That's
information
correct.
is only given to Rockford Fire.
And the reason for that is, initially they thought they were going to all have to sign, is that this goes into Rockford Fire is responsible for maintaining what's called the CAD, or computer assisted detection, so that only one agency gets it and enters it into the system under that direction. So that initially there was a lot of discussion, should we send it out to every fire protection district, to every fire department in Winnebago County. And we really felt they all agreed that using the CAD system would be the way to go, so that they know. And then as people come off the list, just so you know, the addresses come off as well. But I think you'll see that debated. Cook County chose not to do this, but we've been providing it as from the start of this pandemic. And especially as PPE was in short supply and demand, it became imperative that they understood that they needed to take extra precautions when they got those locations of those addresses of concern.
Okay. So it goes only to Rockford Fire, but if the police get called, they can access it through Rockford Fire?
No, it goes into what's called this computer, and I'm going to say the CAD system, which really the 911 operator, it has a note on that address. So if there's a call to that address, regardless of who's responding, it comes up into the message box.
That's what okay, so I understand it better. So we have an agreement with Rockford Fire who's responsible for placing it in the CAD.
Correct.
But once it's in the CAD, all responders will get it or get some notification. So therefore, we don't have to have an agreement with everyone.
Correct.
Okay.
And it also becomes important that they can't run reports against it. It's, not one-offing like, oh, can I just call and find out if, so-and-so's on the list, right?
Right.
It became very important as well.
Excellent. So there's protection for the patient's privacy.
Yes.
Okay. So we need a motion for this as well.
So move.
Second.
Excellent. Any discussion? Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Census campaign.
So these are for materials. Obviously, the census, initially we had, when we accepted the grant, we had staff assigned to the census to do more campaigning and outreach. We have revised the grant to reflect that we're going to be doing materials. And what you're seeing is, and Catherine can give more detail on it, we're doing combined census and COVID education via postcard to remind, and it's targeting our locations of concern, which are our zip codes and communities of concern, with both census materials and then important like prevention messages on COVID. So Katie, do you want to provide some additional detail on that?
Yep, just come into my computer so she can do that. She's on mute.
Oh, that's right.
We don't want to mess that up.
No messing that up.
I don't exactly know where you left off. She just asked you to provide a little information on the COVID outreach.
Your COVID-19 materials?
Yeah. So we are looking to do a postcard that sent out to the 5 areas of concern of the codes of concern for all households that are
Katie, you may want to pull down your mask because it's very hard to hear.
Sorry, I was just close to Christina. So,
yeah.
So we are looking to send a postcard to the 5 zip codes that are our communities of concern, and to get to all the residential households. And that card would say, count who's in your home and protect who's in your home. So it would give census information and would give COVID-19 information. And it's in English and Spanish. We also added, you've got a draft of that in the packet, but we added resources to that section as well, so that there's resource numbers to call as well. So we're looking to get the information out to the 5 residential households and 5 zip codes of the communities of concern. And so it would be a mailing as opposed to the door-to-door canvassing that we had been doing, and that would ensure that each household received one in those zip codes. And the zip codes have changed since we did the canvassing. We've had 2 new zip codes come on. So 61101 and 61103 came on, and 61016 and 61109 dropped off of the top 5. So we made them switch to be the top 5 zip codes to get that postcard.
And the cost for the campaign, Katie, is?
So the cost, we were originally going to go with the 11th Street. That was the about 7,000, but then we came back and the 38,000 that the Midwest Print House receives, we can actually meets our need as well. So 5,650 is what we can do it for. That Midwest Print House bid.
So do we need a motion to approve that as well?
As a major expenditure, yes, you need a motion to approve the major expenditure for the printing of the combined census and COVID-19 postcards for mailing to the communities of concern zip codes.
Okay. So we need any discussion? Okay, before we go, I'd just like to say I pulled up what you sent us and it looks extremely nice and well done. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And while we're on YouTube Live, I did the census. It takes like 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more than 5 minutes on your phone. For if anyone is, concerned about it as far as people who would be interested. But it took no time. Do we have any new business?
We can't take new business, can we?
No, to Ron's point, no, but it's good to ask. So
Just
maybe we can
making
put it
sure.
for the next agenda.
Exactly. Then if that's the case and there's nothing else on the agenda that we can vote for, we'll need a motion to adjourn.
And move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And thank you
Aye.
for that. There were a lot of these loose ends that we knew needed to get done before the next board meeting. So appreciate your willingness and your patience as we work through all our technology and all of our special documents related to COVID.
Well, we're just thankful for Zoom crap.
Exactly. And, interesting times. Everyone be safe.
Now, I'm going to tell you, my mom calls it Snoop because you can see in everyone's house. You call it Snoop conferencing.
That's because nobody has done a background yet.
Oh, I don't know. Dr. Williams looks like he may have one that looks kind of.
I'm at our Creekside clinic with the windows and the views.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Everybody.
All right, bye.